So before I start, I need to address this cap that I'm wearing. It's a Himachali cap gifted to me by my dear friend Vivek, 4 years ago. So this is like my lucky cap. I just randomly believe it's my lucky cap. But yeah, I'm also wearing my lucky T-shirt, which I stopped wearing last year. It was like literally attacked, not attacked, but the street dogs, they, you know how they climb, and also they tore my T-shirt on the back. So I stopped wearing and I kept it aside. But this year I thought like I'll wear it again. So that is there. Anyway, coming back to the topic of this particular video, I'm going to tell you how to not become a writer. Since I'm not a writer, okay, I'm not a published writer. I'm a published journalist. I'm a published short story writer, but I haven't published a book yet. So I'm not really a writer, right? So I thought like I should be in a good place to tell you how to not become a writer, right? So I made three main points. Let's see whether they are like applicable to you or not. The first point is think too much and write too little. So if you don't want to be a writer, just think too much. Like keep thinking, keep having plots in your head, uh, how you want to structure it, how you don't want to structure it, all the characters, if it's a fictional story, how all the narrative, if you want to have a non-fictional story, whatever. Like if you keep on thinking too much and if you don't write it, then you won't have anything to show, right? The whole point of being a writer is to you have to constantly write, you have to constantly try, you have to constantly fail, and then you become a writer. So the first way to not become a writer is to think too much and not write a lot. So that is first point. Second point is be scared of criticism. So if you don't want to be a writer, be very scared of criticism. Don't show your work to anyone close or not so close friends. Whoever, just don't show your work to anyone because you're worried that they'll say something that will hurt your precious feelings, and then you won't, change or pivot or improve or whatever, edit. You won't do any of that, and then you won't move to to the next level because criticism is the first layer. That's how you become a writer. Like the greatest of great writers, they all were criticized. In fact, they were criticized even after they were published, because criticism is it's like a shadow of your work, right? And if you don't want to be a writer, then it's better that you stay immune or stay very, very away from criticism. Don't show your work to anyone. Just let it die. And that way you'll never get published and you won't become a writer. So that is the second point. Like be very, very afraid of criticism. Third is stay ignorant of your surrounding. A good writer will always be fully aware. That's what makes a writer a writer. Like if she doesn't know what is going on around the world, then whatever she writes will be devoid of soul. It will be very hollow, very shallow. And even if you write something, it won't be, it, I won't say good enough, but it won't be whole enough. Like you'll feel incomplete. That as a writer, you become incomplete. So that way you will not become a writer. So the third point is to be not aware of your world, to be not aware of your environment. And the fourth point, which is, I think, one of the most important points, is to assume that you're going to live forever, that I'm never going to die. I have time. I'm in my 20s now. I will publish in my 30s. Oh, I'm in my late 30s now. I'll publish in my 40s because there were many late bloomers. But the matter of fact is, majority of the writers, upwards of 90%, started early. It's like chess grandmasters. If you're not getting it before your 20s, then there's no way you're ever going to be a grandmaster, because the exception is not a rule there, right? So that's exactly how time works out for writers in the literary world, that you have to be very conscious of time, of your age. It's one thing to garner and collect all those experiences, but quite another to put it out in one order. That is very difficult. So it's better to start early. As soon as you think that I have something to share, better to go with it instead of thinking that I'll do it later. There is time. There's no rush. So I think that might work against you. So if you don't want to be a writer, then just just be in the delusion that you're going to live forever. And the last point, and this is the most critical point, if you don't want to be a writer, listen to me very carefully. If you don't want to be a writer, don't listen to people who are going to tell you how to not be a writer. Listen to people who are going to tell you how to be a writer. Read on the blogs, read on all the material, all the journals that you can get, possibly get, which will nurture you, which will, kind of push you in the right direction. Listen to those people because they are already published. They already know what is going on and how the publishing world is, how difficult it is, or how easy it is. So listen to those people. Don't listen to people like me. So that is there. I hope this is helpful for you.